Welcome to the 2022 Thor Freedom Elite 22 FE. Couple things I really love about this particular floor plan, this layout, this motor coach. The first one is going to be just the size. This one comes in at 24 foot and 1 inch. So what that means is not only is it easy to drive, but it's also easy to park. And that means you can also visit some places you can't in a bigger motorhome. So if you're looking at doing some national parks, for example, or just a smaller campground, being just over 24 foot really allows this one to visit those. And you can sleep up to 5 people in here. So even if you're bringing the whole family, this one will still work. Even though it doesn't have dedicated bunks per se, you still get the cab over here plus the dinette giving you all that sleeping space, and you have the seatbelt space. So for those reasons, it really does knock it out of the park. Now, one of the things I love for 2022 is the updated colors. If you take a look at the wood, the Freedom Elite has traditionally been a very traditional darker brown color for the woodwork. And for the 2022, they really brightened it up. They went with what they call Ivory Coast. And it still is a little bit brown, but it's much lighter. And again, it kind of feels almost like that cottage feel that a lot of RV manufacturers are going for. I think they did a really good job, and they did accents with oil rub bronze, and I think that was a good choice, again, to help kind of pull in some of those browns that you will see like in the valance as well as here in the cushions. So I really like the change in cabinetry. Even though this one doesn't have a slide, it makes it feel that much more open. And that's one of the great things about not having a slide is while you're traveling, this right here is what you get. I mean, you have a ton of walkway space. If you need to pull over and get back to the refrigerator, the bathroom, you have the access to do it. You don't have to worry about sliding anything out here in the main area. The only slide will be back. When I say slideless, I meant slideless in the main living area. There will be a slide back for the bed, but that is the only slide in here. So again, if you need to access the bathroom, you need to access the fridge, you need to get up here, you can get up here and be able to take a nap. Another change they have for the 2022 years, they went with a telescoping ladder. So that way it's just more convenient to store. And you can store that in the wardrobe, take it out, extend it, put it right here, climb up into the cab over. Super convenient. And again, if you need to pull over and take a nap, you don't have to put the slide out. You can sleep right up top. You'll also see up top that you have the TV that is on a swing arm mount, so that can swing out, if you're sitting here at the dinette to be able to watch it, or if you're sleeping up there, obviously you'll have the perfect view to it. Privacy curtain here as you would expect, window on the other side, and you have some cup holders up there, which is really nice at night. I always sleep with a bottle of water at my bedside, and that makes it very convenient because that way it's not going to tip over in the middle of the night. And you will see that you can actually have some additional storage right here. Now, I have seen people that will remove basically all of these cushions and you have storage up here, and people will just use this for storage if you don't need the sleeping capacity. So that is an option as well. But if you do have people up here, you're all set with the cup holders and an additional charging spot right here, which I love. You can drop your cell phone right in the net, plug it right there into the USB port, or if you're riding in the dinette, you can utilize that USB port too, because that is 12 volt. So as you're traveling, you will still be able to charge your cell phones right there, which is great. Speaking of charging cell phones, another thing they added for 2022 is this right here. They have the wireless phone charger. And right in the center is a USB port plus a USB-C. So, it is going to basically have all the connections you need for all the modern devices. Oh, if I can get that little guy back in there we go. So if you have wireless capability, you can just set it right on there, or if you do need to plug it in, you have the ability to do that too, but I love that they have that while right here in the dinette. I think that's a really great option. Again, cup holders here, seat belts, of course, and this does drop down into a bed. So if you need that extra sleeping capacity, as I mentioned, for that 5th person, you have the capability to do it here. Now, if we kind of jump back over across the way, let's talk a little bit about the kitchen space. You know what, before we do that, I do want to hit on the cab real quick, just a couple things here, I suppose. So this one is built on the Ford E350 chassis. This one has the new V8 in there, the 7.3 liter, puts out 350 horsepower, 468 foot-pounds of torque. You can see the center dash right there. It is Sirius radio prepped. So if you have Sirius, you want it for some of those longer trips, it is prepped for it, making it easier to have installed. And of course, plenty of cup holders. as you would expect in the Ford chassis. But moving back over to the kitchen, again, great storage space up top, right? So you have a little bit right up here above the door. You will also see your components up here, so HDMI, so that way if you have like a Blu-ray player or something you want in here, everything's already prepped for you. You have that cabinet there, but you have the additional storage over to the side with adjustable shelves plus storage above the microwave. Good lighting. If we drop down, you can see plenty of LED lights in here. You have the thermoformed countertop as well. You don't have to worry about T-mold or anything like that. Plus, with the thermoform, it also allows you to undermount the sink. Another great thing about it is, not only is it less chance for water penetration, it gives you the cleaner sink, so you don't have an edge here, but it's lightweight. I mean, of course, you're watching a video, so you can't be here to feel it, but that is a big deal, right? Anything you can do to have a higher quality product and cut weight is a big deal, because that just means you have that much more room for stuff to carry. You'll also see the countertop extension off to the side, so that way you do have a little bit of additional prep space. What I oftentimes do with sink top covers is I'll take one side off and have one side there, so I can use like this space right here for prep, and then if I need to access the sink, I still have this over here, and you will notice it is a very deep stainless steel bowl, so if you are using like residential pots and pans, there is enough space to wash them there, plus it is a pull-out faucet, so it really helps wash things. Now underneath for storage, it is a little tricky because it is such a deep sink, you do lose a little bit of storage. So what you'll notice is right here, right, you have your sponge tray or soap tray, whatever you want to call it, and this one's going to be a little bit shorter, again, because you're competing with the sink as well as some of the plumbing. But then we get down into the nice big drawers down below. I mean, take a look at the size of that one right there. I love the space that you get in that one, so you can actually put some pots and pans in there. Moving over a little bit further, you will notice the recessed cooktop with a glass cover. Again, this Furion unit does have the oven if you want to do some baking, and again, more storage underneath that. So even though this isn't necessarily a big Class C, it is still big on storage in the kitchen and everywhere else. I mean, take a look at this. You'll see you get some adjustable shelves here, but even more so, this is kind of cool. Behind the mirror, dun, 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 this is your wardrobe, and you have dual access. Hi. So you can see that you have your hanging rod right here. This is a telescoping ladder that I mentioned to climb up into the bunk, the cab over right up front. But it is nice to have the wardrobe space there. It is a big wardrobe, so again, great on storage. Refrigerator. Open this guy up. This one is a gas absorption fridge, runs off both propane and electric, also has automatic switchover. You can see some crisper drawers there. Right down below that is your direct vent furnace, and then you will also see some additional storage. This one does have AC in it as well, of course. It'll be roof-mounted AC. The controls for that are on the AC unit itself. And then as we make our way into the bathroom, a couple little robe hooks there. I'll take a seat. You see the toilet, porcelain bowl, so it's nice and easy to clean, great leg space, good shoulder space. They cut this out, easy to access the toilet paper. Of course, electrical outlet. You have the mirrored medicine cabinet in the corner, which I like as well. And if we take a step in the shower, at 6 foot tall, you can see that I can stand up without having to duck down, thanks to this skylight here. So, I do enjoy that I'm not, crammed in. I can actually take a comfortable shower. So that is definitely a big plus. Making our way back out here, we will move into the bedroom itself. And so as I mentioned, the bed is in a slide out. This is the only slide out this one has here. You do have to fold the bed up in order for it to come in, but again, in the main living area, you don't have to worry about it in order to get back into the bathroom or anything like that. Of course, you saw the wardrobe, the drawer, storage all the way across the top right here. Plus, you have TV hookup. So if you're looking to have TV in here, you can certainly have that. And plenty of windows, both in the slide plus one looking right out back, just bringing in a ton of natural light. Now, as we make our way outside, a couple things I do want to hit on. One of them is going to be solar. So this one is prepped for solar. It has the controller and everything you need. Has roof mount prep. So if you're looking to get into the solar game, be able to get out there and do some, a little bit of boondocking, you have the ability to do that. The other thing I do want to show you is right here. So they have actually changed this the battery tray compartment right here, if you can get in there. So it's a little tough to see, but they have made that a little bit bigger. They've expanded it. So now, instead of just being able to fit 2 batteries, you can now actually fit 4 in there, which is fantastic, especially if you're looking to do a little bit more of the solar. You know, what a lot of people don't realize when it comes to solar, right, is nothing runs off the solar itself. The solar is going to bring the energy into the batteries. So the more batteries you have, the longer you can camp. So that's why having those 4 batteries with the solar option is icing on the cake. As I mentioned, this one is on that E350 chassis. Of course, you have the big mirror extensions here. You have the front cap on there as well. Large power awning goes down the entire side of the unit, plus an LED light strip to help lighten things up. You will see rotocast bins. They're very easy to clean. You can just take a hose and wash these out. You'll see all the compartments are lit as well, and because they are that rotocast, it's not going to rust out on you. Let's make our way around to the back real quick here. I do want to show you some stuff on the off-door side. Of course, we have our painted bumper. You have the ladder so you can climb up onto the roof. Backup camera there as you would expect. But the big storage on this one, folks, is right down here. Take a look at that massive storage right there. It's one of the things I love about the 22 FE. It's right underneath that slide-out bed, and you will see the slide here with the slide topper. And they actually made an improvement with the slide system. So the coach has to be running to operate the slide to make sure it's going to be at maximum voltage. Also with the automatic transfer switch, they also made it so it gives you a little bit of power protection from reverse polarity or an open ground at the shore power post. So definitely some big improvements for the 2022. And of course, right over here is the Cummins Onan 4000 watt generator. So that way you can run everything you need to inside. Water connection, black tank flush, fresh water inlet, basically everything you need. Again, folks, if you're loving what you're seeing here, you definitely want to make your way out to a Camping World, Gander RV, and check this bad boy out.